Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Dreamworks Switch to Life, and today's video is our monthly upcoming Dreamworks projects update. We discuss all the things Dreamworks is making in the future and when they're going to release. So without further ado, let's get started. So Dreamworks' next movie is going to be Kung Fu Panda 4, a film that we knew was coming for a long time, and personally, I cannot wait to see this film. I'm super excited for it when it releases on March 8th, 2024. And for those of you who think that this film came out of nowhere because it was a 8-year hiatus since the third film, it actually didn't. We knew this film was coming since 2011. Along with it, we also know that there's going to be a Kung Fu Panda 5 and 6. Eventually. So with that in mind, we're not going to see 5 or 6 for quite a few years, but here's 4 coming out on March 8th, 2024. Thankfully, that's not the only movie that's going to be coming to theaters in 2024 from Dreamworks, as we're also getting a brand new original film, The Wild Robot, coming to theaters on September 20th, 2024. And it's going to be directed by Chris Sanders, and it's based on a children's book. And while I am excited for this movie, it's still quite a ways off, so let's move to the next film.
Dreamworks Animation presents,
in association with Treehouse Comics Inc.
Meet Dogman! George and Harold have created a new hero. Part dog, part man, and all hero. Join this hero with a nose for justice as he sniffs out cantankerous criminals, rounding up rotten robots, fighting ferocious Frankfurters, and battling Petey, the world's most evil cat. Dogman, you'll howl with laughter.
Yeah, so apparently the next Dreamworks film coming out in 2025 is going to be Dogman, which is actually a spin-off of the Captain Underpants franchise in the sense that it's essentially a comic book written by George Beard and Harold Hutchins. And it seems like we're actually going to see that comic book come to life in this new movie. Now, does this mean that George Beard and Harold Hutchins will appear in the movie itself, like for about 2 minutes? Probably, but at the same time, probably not. However, that's luckily not the only film we're getting in 2025, but it is the only one that we know is coming in 2025. The other 2 are dated with August 1st and September 26th, 2025, but unfortunately, we don't know what these films are. If I had to guess, however, I would say that one of them is definitely going to be Shrek 5, while the other is most likely going to be Boss Baby 3. Unfortunately, that's just speculation, but let's move on to our next movie, which is actually not going to be made by Dreamworks, but it is based off of one of their properties. That, of course, being the live-action How to Train Your Dragon. And we actually know a lot about this movie, namely its cast. Due to the fact that the film has started filming just last month, that means we know everything about it, including who's involved. We know Hiccup will be played by Mason Thames, we know Astrid will be played by Nico Parker, and, surprisingly, Stoic the Vast will be played by Gerard Butler, the same actor who voiced him in the original trilogy. That is perfect casting right there. Can't say the same about Gobber the Belch, but I am a big fan of Nick Frost. We also have Fish Legs being played by Julian Dennison. Gabrielle Howell will be playing Snotlout Jorgensen. And of course, the twins Roughnut and Toughnut will be played by Bronwyn James and Harry Trevaldwin. We also have Dean DeBlois returning as writer and director for this movie, as well as John Powell returning to be the composer. So this is everybody that we know to be involved in the movie, and personally, I hope that they at least give Jay Burchell, the voice actor of Hiccup, a minor role in the film in the same way that they gave Ming-Na Wen a role in Mulan. Personally, I think he would make a great Spite Lout. I'm really excited to see this movie, as How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorites, and I cannot wait for it to release in theaters on June 13th, 2025. Really, the only thing that would make me more excited is seeing what the animatronic or CGI dragons will actually look like when this film releases. But with all that out of the way, it's time to move from going to theaters and head directly to streaming. So Dreamworks has actually released their 48th movie on Netflix, and that of course is Orion and the Dark. Yes, as of today, February 2nd, the film is currently streaming on Netflix, and it will be there for a while, which means this is the last time I'm going to talk about this movie in an upcoming projects. However, I hope you guys are excited because I will be giving my review in my next video. With that out of the way, that is pretty much everything that we have in terms of films and TV shows with release dates, but that doesn't mean we can't predict when future TV shows will be coming. Among them, we have Gabby's Dollhouse, which has officially been renewed for future seasons. How many seasons? I don't know. I just know that there's going to be at least 100 episodes in the entire series, which means that season 9 will be coming soon. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the other TV shows on this list, including Go Dog Go. While I do believe that Go Dog Go is getting a 5th season with a total of 12 episodes, I don't have an idea of when it would be coming. My guess is in the later half of 2024, but it's as good as anyone's guess, really. Also, that is not a confirmation that we are getting future seasons. That's just what I expect to be happening. We also have another TV show, that of course being Dewdrop Diaries, and unfortunately the issue here is that the 2nd season just dropped in December. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that the production phase has ended, which means now it's up to viewership as to whether or not the series gets renewed for future seasons. Same thing with Not Quite Narwhal, by the way. So, if these shows get enough views, a 3rd season will actually be made alongside a 4th season. Unfortunately, if the shows don't get enough views, then it's likely they will be canceled after just 2 seasons. Along with this, I would probably guess that future seasons probably won't be coming in the first half of 2024, as we literally just got season 2s for both of these shows. However, there is one show I can confirm that will be released in the early part of 2024, that of course being Jurassic World Chaos Theory, which is a sequel show to Camp Cretaceous, and while we don't actually have an official release date, the estimated release date is June 2024. And I cannot wait for this series to come out. Along with this, we also have confirmation of another TV show, Mighty MonsterWheelies, which is actually going to be released at some point in 2024. It's essentially a mix of a preschool series starring Universal monsters, you know, Frankenstein, Dracula, werewolf, mummy, that kind of stuff, and their vehicles. That's the basic premise, and it's a preschool series, and I expect it will most likely be released in October because, you know, monsters, Halloween, you get the gist. Now, this next show is one that doesn't even have confirmation it even exists, but I do believe we are getting a TV show based on The Bad Guys, as just recently we got the holiday special, The Bad Guys in a Very Bad Holiday, and at the very start, it called the show a Netflix original series. Why would they call it a series if it's just one 23-minute episode? Because it's not supposed to be one episode. That special was a pilot for the TV show. So I think we're getting a Bad Guys TV show, but I could be wrong, or maybe it's getting canceled behind the scenes. One of the two. Okay, so for this next announcement, we have Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken coming to Netflix on February 20th, 2024. And I want to bring your guys' attention to something. This movie was really good, and I loved it. I was even more excited about the potential for where the franchise could go in future sequels. There's just one problem. This movie was a box office bomb. we are never going to get a Ruby Gillman 2. However, there is potential for the franchise to continue in the form of a Ruby Gillman TV show, either on Netflix or Peacock. But the only way that can happen is if this movie becomes a streaming success. So if you haven't already, make sure that you watch this movie this month, either while it's on Peacock until February 20th, or when it comes to Netflix on February 20th, watch it then. If this movie is a streaming success, we could see a Ruby Gillman TV show. If it's not, however, then the franchise is pretty much dead. If you want, you can check out my review of the film in the description down below, but either way, I'd say this film is good and it's definitely worth watching, but it's not great. It's not going to be the next big thing, which is really unfortunate, but still, I enjoyed it and I hope you guys do too. Now, unfortunately, we come to the bad part of this video, that of course being what TV shows are going to be leaving Netflix. And great news, even though we have a bunch of shows disappear last year, as of right now, we don't have any removal dates for any Dreamworks TV shows, which is great. However, if I had to guess what shows would come next, I'm thinking Dawn of the Croods, Dragon's Race to the Edge, and finally, Dino Trucks. Now, they are not the only shows that are at risk of being removed, but I do believe they have the most potential to be the next one to be removed. So, with that in mind, let's move on to our next streaming service. Currently, the only TV show that is still going on at Peacock is Fright Krewe, which is also going on Hulu. And the good news is, we actually have confirmation that their show is renewed for a season 2, and that season 2 will be released at some point in 2024. If I had to guess when, I'd say the earliest we could see this new season is most likely March, but I mean, this is a Halloween-based show, so I would not be surprised if they delayed season 2 until October. Speaking of October-based shows, we also have the live-action Casper the Friendly Ghost series, which Dreamworks Animation Television is actually working on. There's just one issue here, that of course being we don't know when it's coming. We know it's going to be released on Peacock, but we don't even have a release slate. It could be coming out this year, next year, a year after that, no one knows. We also have the upcoming TV show, Megamind, which actually just got the trailer today as of the time I'm recording this video. That video will not go public. You have to use the link down below in the description to watch it. But anyway, if you're wondering, the Megamind TV show isn't just a TV show.
Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate, the new film. And if you love Megamind as much as he does,
Me is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world.
keep the fun going with Megamind Rules, the new series.
Yes, you heard that right. They're making a Megamind 2, and it's not coming to theaters. It's not Will Ferrell. They're not gonna have David Cross in the plot. It's just, I don't know what to think. It's just a little too early for me to be excited for Megamind 2, or I guess Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. But I'm still a little bit excited for the TV show Megamind Rules. Both of these properties are going to be released on Peacock on March 1st. The movie and the first season of the TV show. So, I don't know what to feel, but I'm excited to watch this movie. I'm gonna go see it, and I might like it. But I just wish it couldn't be this low-budget atrocity that Dreamworks decided to make instead of giving us an actual movie. Now, one thing I really want to bring your attention to is Trolls Band Together, which is not currently slated for a Peacock release date, but if I had to guess, it's definitely coming to Peacock by March 16th. Not on March 16th, it's going to be on Peacock by March 16th. So with that in mind, I think that when we could see this movie drop is either the first week of March or the last week of February in a surprise announcement. The movie is currently available on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital, and it comes with a short film, It Takes Three. Now, I actually watched the short film, and I would not recommend getting the Blu-ray or DVD just to watch that short film, because it was kind of bad. But I thought the film itself, Band Together, was actually really great, and I'm glad I got this thing on Blu-ray. But of course, if you really want to see why this film is so great, just go listen to the soundtrack. But anyway, with that out of the way, it's time to move to our final streaming service. We currently have 2 TV shows going on Apple TV+, the first of which is Curses. The first season of Curses dropped in October, and since then there hasn't really been an announcement for season 2, but I wouldn't be surprised if a season 2 was being worked on, but unfortunately we still don't have any confirmation that there's even a season 2 in production or when it would release. So with that in mind, the next show is Pinecone and Pony, which actually had its season 2 release a year ago as of February 3rd, which is tomorrow. So the show is over a year old since its last season, and unfortunately, I just don't see a way that season 3 can happen. The possibility isn't ruled out yet, but the fact that it's been almost a year since season 2 was released and still no announcement for season 3, it's looking less likely that season 3 of Pinecone and Pony is going to happen. But it's not all bad news on Apple TV+, as we have confirmation of another TV show, rbrick, which is a music-based series based on world-renowned collectible figurines, like trolls. But anyway, rbrick is supposed to get 1 season with 13 episodes coming to Apple TV+. We don't know when. It could be 2024, though it could also be 2025. So here's everything that we know is coming in the future from Dreamworks Animation. Orion and the Dark, currently streaming on Netflix right now. Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken, which is going to be leaving Peacock and heading to Netflix on February 20th, 2024. Trolls Band Together, which will be coming to Peacock by March 16th, not on March 16th. We also have the brand new movie announcement with Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate and the TV show Megamind Rules, both coming to Peacock on March 1st, 2024. This will be followed by DreamWorks' 50th movie, Kung Fu Panda 4. I am so glad that they decided to turn Kung Fu Panda 4 into the 50th film rather than The Wild Robot. No offense to it, but it's just Kung Fu Panda is a DreamWorks symbol, while The Wild Robot is not. Kung Fu Panda 4 will be released in theaters on March 8th, 2024, while The Wild Robot will be released on September 20th, 2024, followed by Dogman coming to theaters on January 31st, 2025, followed by 2 Untitled DreamWorks movies coming to theaters on August 1st, 2025 and September 26th, 2025. And let's not forget the live-action How to Train Your Dragon remake, which will be coming to theaters on June 13th, 2025. Anyway, that's it for everything that DreamWorks is currently making. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and please make sure to like and subscribe so you can keep up to date on all things DreamWorks, especially to help this channel grow. We are very close to reaching 200 subscribers, and I hope that we reach that point before my next video goes live, which will actually be a review of DreamWorks' latest movie, Orion and the Dark, currently streaming on Netflix. Also, please be sure to check out the many links down below in the description for other videos I made, including a private video that will only be available if you click the link. I hope that you guys comment down below what your most anticipated DreamWorks project is on this list, and for any ideas that you have for future videos that you think I should make. But most importantly, make sure you're staying safe out there, and I will see you all in my next video. Until then, bye-bye.
There's sleep. What? Don't worry, she's a professional. There's sweet dreams. Unexplained noises, insomnia.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm getting fired.
And of course, quiet